Hello and welcome to another AKA video. Today I'm going to be convincing you why you should buy the Plague in Dead by Daylight, the new character who has just been released in the PTB. So to begin with, I'd like to apologise for no killer gameplay because we couldn't find a killer lobby in the PTB. So here's us trying to find some. We do have survivor gameplay against the new killer, the Plague, so let's hop right into that and let me convince you why you should buy the Plague. So it's no secret that the Plague has very strong perks, the first one being Corrupt Intervention, which reads, your prayers invoke a dark power that meddles with survivors' chances of survival. 3 generators located farthest from you are blocked by the entity for 80, 100 or 120 seconds at the start of the trial. This perk is so strong. When survivors bring good toolboxes to gen rush the killer, they intend for the game to be over quickly. This perk just allows the killer to get a foothold in the game. Really, if you play as any killer, it doesn't make a difference. This perk benefits the Plague specifically greatly, as she can move around the map like the hillbilly and the nurse, and so at the start of the trial she only has to check 4 generators instead of the usual 7 before she can find a survivor, which is really powerful. And especially the generators being the furthest ones away that are blocked means that if survivors do want to push onto generators, they have to come closer to your spawn point, which can really make for some interesting tactics in the beginning of the game and some overpowered plays. The other powerful perk that the Plague has is Infectious Fright, which reads, the cries of the unfaithful make your heart leap. Any survivors that are within the killer's terror radius while another survivor is put into the dying state with your basic attack will yell and reveal their current location to the killer for 4, 5 or 6 seconds. This is a huge difference as it influences the altruistic nature of players in the lobby, so friends that are playing in the same lobby are more encouraged to play solo or play less altruistically. This is something which is spread throughout the Plague's perks and abilities. As a killer, she kind of encourages survivors to play as solo players only out for themselves, and for a team game this really does squander the opportunity to play as a team, which gives the killer a massive advantage at hand. The last perk that the Plague has is called Dark Devotion. We're not going to go too in depth with this perk because personally we feel it's a weaker perk due to its requirements to work properly. We feel this perk falls into the same kind of spot as Blood Warden. Some people will use it, but ultimately it probably won't be meta for killers. As well as these perks, the Plague offers something which no other killer offers, which is the ability to be sick onto survivors. The Plague is an interesting killer as it has 2 mods to this ability. The first being to be sick onto survivors to infect them, but it also has another mod given via the Fountains, which allows the Plague to inflict a health state to survivors. The power itself is very strong as it separates the survivors due to the possibility of infecting other survivors, which could slow the game down for them exponentially. There's a timer at the bottom of the screen over the player icons while infected, which when it ticks over puts them into the broken status. Now if other survivors choose to aid these infected survivors, they themselves will become broken and they themselves will become a weakness to the team. So to fix this infected state they have to interact with a fountain, but the fountain can power up the killer, allowing her to become a makeshift huntress in the game. Another thing worth mentioning with this power is the strategy of trapping a survivor into a corner which they cannot escape from and chain power them until they enter this broken status, and then one hit down them. It's essentially a free hook. Here's a clip of how it will play out. At this moment in time, obviously everything's up in the air with the PTB and with regards to possible changes to the Plague, but I can't imagine things will change too much. It's pretty epic. Other than this, the Plague is a standard killer. She has 115% movement speed, which is in the top half of the killers. So if you combine all of these different aspects, her perks, her ability, her sick ability, and her standard movement speed, then yes, you should buy the Plague. solely for the fact that her abilities are all designed to squash anyone trying to play as a team, which is usually the killer's biggest weakness if the survivors all manage to group together and play as a team effort. And her abilities really decrease the scope for teamwork for the survivors, so it's just a no-brainer really as to why you would pick this killer over others. So definitely buy the Plague. And thank you for watching. Subscribe for more content like this. We hope you've enjoyed. We hope you'll go and give the Plague a go and see what you think. We definitely think that she's a strong killer. And yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Peace out.